Morning everyone, or afternoon now. It's a later one today as I had deliveries to get out straight from school run, so we got those done rather than coming on first thing. So I thought I'd give you the morning just to get on with your activities and catch up a little bit if you needed to. But we are on day 14 now, and today is utilising the capability that is emails. So the market is absolutely huge for email marketing. When you think about how many emails you get from companies every day, and that it just doesn't bother you, it doesn't affect you in the same way that you might feel with someone messaging you every day, and I'm not saying email everybody every day, but I'm just saying that that capability is there and it doesn't have the same effect as if you were doing that with private messages on Facebook or text messages or WhatsApp, etc., etc. So it's a really uncapped market there for you to use as much or as little as you would like. So emails, how to go about doing emails. Now, I have been doing email marketing for a while now, probably over a year. I tend on average to do one a month. Sometimes it's a little bit longer. During lockdown, I certainly haven't been doing it religiously every month, which I was doing before. But I try and do them as a kind of a monthly thing, unless any limited edition specials are coming out, or anything special that I just need to let them know quickly en masse. So emails are amazing. So they count as one-to-one communication as well, which is really good. So one email out to lots of people counts as one-to-one, which means you can let them know about specials. It means you can go into a bit of detail about the host join kit. Remember though, please do not use the word free. We are not allowed to use that in any communication at all, whether it's one-to-one or not. But you can use the whole no out-of-pocket costs. You can say that you've got this kit available. You can share the whole content of it. You can go into any amount of detail that you want to. And that's where I want you to focus. So I want you to start doing emails if you aren't already. If you are already, then fab, go straight in and do something about the opportunity. You can do a newsletter, it can be part of that. It doesn't have to be specifically about the opportunity, or you can do one that is literally about the opportunity today. If you're already in that email process and you've got ones going out, and then a bulletin style one, you know, like a special that's just about opportunity, would be ideal if you wanted to. Or if you're just starting out, you don't even have to do it really specifically about the opportunity. You could be sharing just a few of your favorite products. You could share just a general welcome to signing up to your new newsletter, and then you could put the opportunity in there as well. Like, you know, you can do several different parts of the email. There are different ways you can do this. So if you've not got anyone's email addresses already, or very few, then you could do a post up in your group with an email sign up link, and I'll come into what I use in a second. I know some of you guys will know what I use because I have shared it in the team group before, but you can do that. You can put a little link in the post and you can say, hey, sign up to my newsletter here, and then they can sign up themselves. You could message people with the sign up link and say, hey, would you like to be on my email list? Sign up here, or just drop me your email and I'll add you in. You can, like I said the other day in the team group about having entry questions into your group, one of the questions could be, hey, give me your email, I'll add you to my email newsletter. There are so many different ways to capture emails, and you'll get used to it now that if you haven't already, but if now you're putting this system in place, then you'll get used to asking for email addresses when you connect with people, so that you can, one, follow up, and two, so that you can get them on this newsletter list so that they don't miss anything. And that's how you can sell it to them. Just like, the specials come out all the time, sometimes they're late notice, they are limited edition. I'm not going to spam you, it's going to be really exciting and only like as and when, it's not going to be every day. But, you know, to never miss out on anything, you really want to be on my email list, especially if I'm doing special offers, things like that. So you can word it like that and create this whole excitement and this whole buzz for the emails. And then, obviously, I want you to think about the opportunity and how you talk about that in the group. But I know that you're going to be wanting to start up your emails to start with, so if you haven't already. So there are a couple of ways of doing it. You could use your workstation. There is a communication tab on your workstation, and you can use that. So if you've ever had people put orders through the PWS before on their own, or you've done it for them and you put a guest email in which is theirs, or if you've created hosts, or if you have added in order guests, when you're putting guest orders through and you've added them in and you've popped an email in, then that will all be in your communication tab. All of it will be there, and you can email out via that. You can create a list and invite everybody, and then put them all into the email, and therefore they don't have to sign up with that. It's literally their emails are already in the system. You can add more to it as well, so you can go through and add more, but you can just use that. So the only thing the reason why I don't use that email tab myself, I use the data that comes through it, but I don't send my emails out using that, and I use them in Kels, which I'll go through in a minute, is because it's text only. You can attach PDFs, images, etc. to it up to a certain size, but the actual email itself is just going to be white with black text. You can do different colour text, but it's just standard, it's just text, other than the attachments. So I like it to be really bright, I like it to be my branding, so that's why I don't use that function myself. I do for team emails, so when you get an email from me and the team, that is what I use because it's easy, it's quick, and I can attach things to it, which is really handy. Just going to shut those because it's now changing the... There we go, it's a bit better. So I do use that for team emails, but for my customers I use MailChimp. Now MailChimp is free up until a certain amount of subscribers. I really cannot remember off the top of my head, but I have not hit that yet. I am still in the free zone, and I've got quite a few, I think about 150 people subscribed to my emails. So it's way below that. So at the very minimum it will be about 200, but I think it's way more than that. I think it's like 500 or 1,000, but do have a look. It is free. You can obviously go through and take off people when they join your team, etc. You can take people off there so you can gain a few extra spaces there as well. It's important to do that as well because you want the spaces to be utilised with people that really want to see it, and you want those to obviously be customers or potential new consultants. So I use MailChimp. MailChimp, sorry. It's really easy to use. You can use it on your laptop, or you can use the app on your phone or iPad or tablet, and it's really quite user friendly. It is like an app, but the website is just as good, so you can use it either way. I do most of it from my app. I don't really use the laptop very often, other than when I'm importing the contacts in, because I find it easier to do that in that way. But you don't have to do that. You don't have to import contacts. If you're starting from fresh, you could just share the link that you can create with some information and share that link for people to subscribe themselves to it. But if you want to import the data in from Workstation, which I did because I'd been going for about 2 years before I started doing this, so I had a lot of emails in there already. I just exported the file to Excel. I deleted the columns I didn't want. I just wanted their name and their email. And then I got rid of all those other columns, copied those two with the name and email, and then just pasted it into the importing of contacts. You can see it in there. You can import a file, but I just copied and pasted it in. It was much easier and quicker. So that's how you can put them in there, or like I say, you can just use the link to sign people up. And then once you've done that and you've advertised it out, then and obviously you've got, this doesn't have to all happen today. If you haven't got the system in place, start today getting the system in place, getting people signed up, and then obviously in the next few days when you've got a lot of people in there or some people that are already signed up in there, then drop your first email, and I want it to include the opportunity. So like I say, if you're just starting it up and it's your first email, then don't just make it about the opportunity, make it about welcoming them, talking about some products that are around, talk about your next order, a few different things, and pop the opportunity in there as well. If you've been doing it for a while, then just send out an email today around the opportunity. It can be that you've got a host kit available and you want to talk about that. You might want to talk about both kit options. You might want to talk about the lifestyle. It can be whatever you want, as long as it covers the opportunity of joining Sensi and starting their own business. That's kind of the key area, and like I say, just include it in there if you're doing your first email with other information there. And that's it. I know that sounds like quite a lot, because if you haven't got the system in place, you've got to get that set up. But trust me, this is amazing. I don't get annoyed that I have an Amazon email every single day, at least once a day. I have like Masalan email me a lot, Fat Face email me a lot. It doesn't bother me. I just flick through and I open the ones that catch my eye. The important thing is catching their eye. So the message subject, the email subject, has to be something that catches their eye. And I've got a couple of examples that I'll put up in the post your actions below posts that I'll pop up in a minute, and a bit more information around what I've talked about as well. But a few different examples for you. So for example, I'm just trying to open it at the same time so I can see. So and some of these are a little bit old as well, so I haven't uploaded new ones, but there's just a couple that I thought would be easy to show. So one was click here for your amazing news. So obviously it was May that it went out. It's summertime and the weather is hot was my next line. And on here you get to, in MailChimp, you get to put your message subject, and you get to a message preview that you can put as well. So you have your message subject, and then underneath you can see a preview. If you leave it blank, it will just pick up the first sort of words that you use in the email. But I try and make it different to what's in the email. So the best thing to do is go through some of your emails, even if you've just thrown them in a bin, just go through the junk or the trash and just have a look at emails that you come through and look at ones that you would want to open. And have a look at ones like Fatface or Amazon that you've got. What you see is the subject and then you see this preview. If you go into the email, quite often that preview line won't actually feature in any part of the email. It might be in a different format or a different way of wording, but it won't be exactly what that is because it is the preview that you want them to see. So it can be more specific. And my images don't show you any of those. So just while I'm reading through this, I'm going to try and load up my MailChimp and just see if I can give you an example of one that I've done before. But while that's loading, then I show you a little bit where I've incorporated the buy or join kit, and it was obviously the month where we had the £24 kit, so that's what it's referring to. We don't obviously have that kit anymore, but it was just talking about that, and it can just give you an idea. And then I've got a screen record of that email, so you can see that I'm announcing the summer collection. It's just scrolling down, so I should show you what's in there. It was the main focus was the summer collection, that thing, so it talked through all of that. The different things that were coming up. It was the pages that I'd created for the Any Flip book, and then at the end, and I've put buttons in there like wish list, order now, find out more, things like that, because you can put buttons in, and it sounds really complicated, but I promise you it is really easy. You just need to play with it and you'll get used to it. You can't, like I say before, you can't do anything wrong. You just pop it in, you move things around. Whenever you add a new thing, like a new button or anything like that, and there are some templates that you can just adapt, but if you want to add extra bits to it, it always puts it at the top of the email, and then you can just press the move button and you move it down to where you want it positioned. But yes, it does give you an idea. So let's see if this is loaded. Previous campaigns. So I sent out view campaign. I sent out one about the Christmas collection. So my email subject was home for the holidays, and then I had my line inspire scented happiness because I wanted them to know it was from me. And then the preview text, which wasn't necessarily featured in the actual message, was where else would we be for Christmas in 2020? So let's make it the most magical. So I just wanted to capture them. I wanted them to get them thinking about what I was sharing. And then in the email, see if I can get the preview open. And I don't know why this time it decided to put a massive gap in, which doesn't normally happen, but it did. Home for the holidays, and then I just featured some of the products that I loved. I can't really see it because of the light. Then some just normal text. It all launches October the 1st, some normal text about different things about launching on the 16th of November to let them know that they were going to be looking at the catalogue, but a few didn't launch yet. Then I had a button, I don't know if you can see it there. The button says full collection, so it's for them to view here. Then some more pictures. Another button that said Christmas collection order. So this, if they press that, it just takes them to an email that I've pre-populated with a subject and slight text. So it will be Christmas collection order. And then in the text it'll be, hi Sarah Jane, please can I order da 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 da, and then they can fill out the rest. Sometimes in the subject I make it funny. I did a Cheshire Cat one, and I remember using some just funny ways of writing that sounded a bit like the Cheshire Cat. And then I had a bit of information about my October box. I had a button that said order now, again straight through to email. A November sent box button, again straight through to email. And each one had a different subject, so I knew which one they were wanting straight off as well. So if they didn't tell me, I didn't have to ask. It was in the email header. And then I just had a little post with me and one of the products. And then at the bottom, it's got links. They're already there. You just need to click the edit bit on that, and then you can add in your Facebook link, your Instagram link, your email link, and your website link, for example. And then it's all done. So they look really fab. I'm just going to see if I can find one of the funny ones that I did. See if I can find it now. It was so long ago. No, I can't see it. But yeah, it's just good fun. Just think of something that makes you smile, that you would like to see in your inbox. One of the ones that came through the other day, and I've written it down in my to-do list for my next email, Matalan emailed me and they said, warning, contents or clothes may contain compliments. And I just thought it was quite funny and like witty, and it made me open the email. And I don't always open my emails, so I put that down to write something similar. So I think I put it in here. I'm going to find out what I put. So I did come up with my own thing. Yeah, so email campaign, warning, may contain cozy homes or may cause cozy homes, something like that, just to make it a little bit fun and exciting and inviting. Because again, like with Facebook, you've got a few seconds to make them open that email. They might leave it there for later and look again later, but you want them to open it. And MailChimp holds all that information, and you can go in and look and see how many opened it as opposed to how many you sent it to. And you're never going to get 100%. Some people won't open it. Some of it will go straight through to junk as well. It just won't attract people. Just the server will just put it straight into their junk, like you know that some things that get sent to you go into junk. You can always ask people and say, hey, did you get my email? And then see if they say, oh no, I didn't. I say, well, check your junk, things like that, and then it could be in there. But yeah, just have fun with it. It's a really great way of connecting with people in a really easy format that reaches so many people. Everyone gets emails every day, and people don't worry about spam and things like that as much as they would if they thought you were messaging them constantly. So it's a great way of connecting whenever you're doing a special, or there's a limited edition, or you just want to do a monthly newsletter, or all of those. You can insert them as and when you would like to, and it's just a fab way of free advertising as well, especially up until a certain amount. So go ahead, start or continue your email campaigns if you've already got them going, and get talking about the opportunity and utilising that market. So this will have like a massive effect on your business as well. If you've not got them already, then this can affect every area, not just your opportunity. But obviously for this, I just want it to be an email that contains or is about the opportunity, so that you can grow your team. So I'll pop the post up, I'll pop a couple of those examples up, and post your action results in the post underneath. And I will speak to you all tomorrow. So tomorrow I'll be live, and then the final day is Monday. I'm actually away from tomorrow afternoon until Monday. So Monday's one will either be a pre-recorded video or just a text post. And then on Tuesday I'll come back in, although Monday's the last day. And Tuesday I want to come in and chat to you all. So we will be looking at that, which will be exciting, because then that will be the end of the course on Monday. So on Tuesday it will just be me chatting to you all and asking you to give some feedback on how you found it, and reassessing those goals that you gave me at the end. And we'll see where already you've progressed, what you've done, what actions you've done towards them, what steps you've taken, what you've already seen produce some results and conversations that maybe wouldn't have happened otherwise. And then also onwards, you may well have had some people already join your team. And if you haven't, that doesn't mean that you've failed or you haven't, achieved your goal. A lot of your goals were longer than just this 2-week course, but everything that you've been doing, if you've been implementing all of these different things at different times, if you keep doing them, they become habits, and therefore you'll build. And more about that on Tuesday when we do the wrap up of the course and I get some feedback from you guys. So have a great day. I will see you tomorrow morning, and then have a great weekend, and I'll speak to you soon. Take care, guys. Bye.